Hi, my name's Gaz. So in 2024, we moved into our dream house, giving us 2 blank canvases. Front garden is going to be a cottage garden, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And the rear garden is actually going to be like a tropical vibe garden. So let's get into today's video. So if you like everything gardening with a tropical twist, then you're in the right place. So we aim to upload 2 to 3 times a week. Let's get into it. So today is the day that I actually start my cottage garden at the front. So something I've been thinking about for quite a while. I have a tropical style garden at the back here. I'm actually in Staffordshire, UK. And what I really want to achieve at the rear is a little bit of a tropical theme, but at the front I really want to have a traditional cottage with cut flowers, and that's what today's video is all about. So in this video, these are the seeds that I am actually going to start today. I'm not only going to tell you what I'm going to sow, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to sow them into, and hopefully you can learn a little bit along the way. So without further ado, let's get into the video. The first seed I'll be sowing is going to be Verbena. This is a lovely pink variety called Brilliant Star. It's in the same natural form as your yellow Verbena, so it does get between sort of 3 and 4 feet tall. First year Verbenas do flower, although they're quite small. It's really the second and furthermore years that you reap the rewards. Now, staying with the theme of Verbena, the Echinacea, the purple mix, is my next one. Again, very similar family to the Verbena. Gives great height to a border, the kind of mid-range, so not the tall foxgloves, hollyhock style, but the more of a middling kind of plant. I think they're absolutely beautiful, and they come in several different colours. I'm not actually going to sow all the seeds. I'm going to keep some back just for what we call a succession sowing. Easy for you to say. So that basically means that I'll get a second opportunity, or maybe a third, to get them in, and I'm not relying on the whole crop right now. Now these are going in a border all on their own on the right hand side of my front garden, and this is the Dahlias. This variety is the Pom Pom mix. My absolute wife's favourite is the Pom Pom. I'm actually going to go ahead get some corms this year, but for now I'm going to make do trying to set off my own collection sowing these seeds. Now these seeds are absolutely tiny, but I absolutely love a Verbena, purple Verbena. Now these are really showstoppers, really tall, great in the back of the beds. These will actually be going in my front and back garden. Absolutely love these. Not my favourite flower, but I do appreciate a beautiful flower nevertheless. This is the carnation, so this is just a mix. Not overdoing it. I'm only giving these 10 plants for now, but I've multi-sowed in the cell, so what that means is I've dropped more than 1 seed in, so I'll have to do a little bit of pricking out a little bit later on in the season. Now on to Dahlia. So these are a dwarf variety, so these are excellent for the front of the borders or even pots. I will be setting these in the front and back garden, as I do feel they give quite a lot to the garden and they give you quite different feels in different spots. So front and back, absolutely love these dwarf Dahlias. Just a couple of planting tips, not going to tell you how to suck eggs, but once you've actually sown the seeds, you might actually find that they haven't dropped in the hole that you've made with your pencil or stick, so they might just be sitting on top. So it's a good idea just to get your stick and give them a little bit of a tap and encourage them into the hole. You will be dropping a little bit of compost on top just to cover them, just to make sure you get a good coverage for germination. But that's a good little tip, because what can happen is if you don't actually poke them in the hole and you pop compost on top, once you rub the compost into the gaps, it can actually rub the seed off the tray. So just bear this in mind. You can see through this short film, I've actually flipped every seed packet over for you guys, so you can go ahead and see when you can actually sow these. So a lot of these are from February onwards, but just bear in mind you can freeze it at any point and just see when is the perfect time to sow them, and also when you're going to get the flowers off them. Now I am most excited for these. These are going to be my pink cosmos. They're actually going to hopefully dominate the landscape in my front garden. I've got about 750 seeds in this packet. If anyone lives in the UK, this is from a store called B&M, which is like a bargain store for us, and I think these only cost me £1, something like that, and there's 750 seeds. I've gone ahead and done a fair bit of sowing here, be quite a lot of pricking out, but also you can put them in like what we call a 9cm pot, so a small pot. Give it a good sowing in there, and then you've almost got an instant pot of a really good clump of plants ready to transplant in the spring. Now when it comes to storing these plants, these are actually going to go in my house. They're going to go on the windowsill. I learned my lesson a lot this year, so I've moved into the countryside now, and there's a lot more wildlife here compared to where I lived previously in the towns. And I know 2024 was a bad year for the slugs, but I want to give these the best possible start. The Rudbeckias I am actually going to put in the greenhouse, as you can see here, but the others are going to go on the windowsill, and I feel like this is going to give them the best start. I just hope that they don't get too leggy, and we'll combat that together when the time's right. There we have it. If you made it to the end, then thank you very much for watching. As you can see from some of the shots, I've got a real blank canvas here, and I can't wait to see how things evolve. Let me know down below if there's anything that you think I should be sowing in February. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up, because it really does help the channel in many different ways. But until next time, we'll see you in the garden. Take care, guys.